Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are making Instant Pot yogurt. Super easy. All you have to do is throw it all in and let it go. This is called a cold process, the no boiled method. Alright, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons of yogurt. This is yogurt, it's just off-brand, but you want to make sure that it has active bacteria cultures in it. It'll say on the label if it has active cultures. You want that active culture. Then I have Fairlife. This is the whole ultra filtered milk. It's important that you get the ultra filtered because we're doing the cold process, which means we don't have to boil it. Then I also have some sweetened condensed milk, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Now this part right here and this part right here, the condensed milk and the vanilla, are totally optional. If you don't want to make it sweetened, you don't have to. You can also opt to use honey instead. I've even seen people use maple syrup. So we just like to use this combination to make it a sweet vanilla taste. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your Instant Pot, plug it in, get it ready to go, and then take some of your Fairlife whole milk. Now this is, I believe it's like half a quart, yeah, or half a gallon. You're going to pour some of that in there, not all of it, just enough. And then you're going, if you choose this option, put in your sweetened condensed milk. It is thick, so the reason why we pour some of the milk in there is so we can kind of just loosen it up a little bit. Now this part is totally optional again. And then you're going to take your whisk and you're just going to whisk it in. Okay, so it's whisked in pretty well. That's just on the end of that, but I don't feel any lumps, I don't feel any clumps. So this is what you want it to look like. Pretty well. Next, I'm going to add in my 2 tablespoons of vanilla. At this point, I'm going to add in the rest of my milk. All of it in there. Give it a good whisk. And then I'm going to take my 2 tablespoons of yogurt and I'm going to dump it in there. This is just regular old yogurt we're not making Greek yogurt. If you want to make Greek yogurt, you would have to do a different process. But this is just regular old yogurt that my kids like. We use it in smoothies, use it for parfait. They probably heard me say the word yogurt and they're coming in now. All right, so that is it. We are going to then take a plate or your lid and set it on top. If you choose to put your lid on, make sure that it is unsealed. It doesn't matter if it's sealed or not sealed. I just personally keep it unsealed, but I like the easiest method is to take a plate, pop it on top like that, then go down here to your yogurt button, push it, make sure it says normal, 8 hours, and we are going to let it sit. And that is it. In 8 hours, it will beep at us. It'll tell us, it'll say yogurt across the screen, and it'll be ready. Okay, it's done. 8 hours.
Can I taste it?
Not yet, but look at that. Looks so good. Let me scoot it. Now, let me show you how thick this is. I mean, look how thick that is. You want to see? Look how thick that is. That looks so good.
What?
Look how thick it is.
Ooh.
I mean, I could stand my spoon up in it. Looks good, doesn't it?
Can I taste it?
Not yet. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to take, you can either use a paper towel or a tea cloth, and I have a tea cloth right here, and I'm going to just place this over the top, and then I'm going to set my plate back on there. You can use a glass lid if you want to, like an old pot lid or whatever. I just use my plate that I was just using, and then I'm going to take the liner out and pop it in my fridge. Alright, so it's gonna go in there and stay in the fridge until the morning. So it is 8:42 right now, so when we wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, this will be ready to go and ready for me to put into jars. I like to put them in mason jars, but my kids will probably end up eating it right away. So we'll see you in the morning. So it's the next morning, and I went a little longer than 7 a.m. because we got caught up doing chores and just all the things that we have to do around the house. So it's about 10 o'clock, and I'm just now able to get around to doing this. So I took my plate and my towel. If you choose to use a paper towel, that is fine. I took that off, and you can see how thick this is. I mean, it is super, super thick. Look at this. Nice and thick. So next I'm going to take this and put it into my glass jars. I like to use glass. I'm not big on using plastic to store things in. I'm trying to slowly convert over to all glass, and that takes a while. So I will put this into my jars. This will last about 2 weeks in the fridge, but when I go to make another batch of yogurt, however it may be, I will reserve 2 tablespoons of this for my next batch. So when I get down to all but maybe like a half a cup or whatever, I'll just go ahead and save that, and I will use that for my next batch of yogurt. But this is good as it is. It's good to, you know, make a parfait out of. We use it in smoothies. It is pretty thick, but the more you work with it, the thinner the consistency will become. Now, this is not Greek yogurt. That takes a different process, but this is just regular old yogurt. And if you like it super thick, I suggest you not mix it up too much. But if you like yours on the thinner side, the more you mix it, the more the bacteria and the proteins in it start to break down, and you get a thinner consistency. So this is the quick and easy way of making homemade yogurt. All right, so that entire Instant Pot that I used, which was about halfway full, came down to these 2, I guess these are quart size mason jars. And I like to use these lids. You can get them at your big box stores. You can get wide mouth or you can get the regular size. But the reason why I like these is because I can take a Sharpie, write on it what it is, and then if I need to change it, all I gotta do is wipe it off. See, it just comes right off. Now, I just put this on here, so it's gonna take a minute to kind of get it off, but it wipes off real easy. So, I'm gonna rewrite this. But that is why I use those. I'll pop these into my fridge. These will last us Normally, if you don't eat it every day, it'll last in your fridge for 2 weeks. But we will probably eat this before the 2 weeks are up. But I will also reserve, again, 2 tablespoons of this yogurt for my next batch of yogurt. However I make it, whether it be the boil process or the, no boil process or in the crock pot, whatever. I will use 2 tablespoons of this as my yogurt starter. So that way I don't have to go back and buy more yogurt or yogurt starter powder. I have this already, so I can keep making yogurt as over and over as many times as I want. And the good thing is, my kids love this more than the yogurt you would get at the store. So I chalk that up as a mom win. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see. This was super easy. Dump it all in, set it and forget it pretty much. So I hope y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all.